Healthcare facilities strive to maintain a clean environment, but studies show that while surfaces are disinfected on a regular basis, up to 40% of infections are transmitted from contaminated surfaces to patients. However, new evidence suggests that a significant reduction in bacteria can be achieved using a whole room approach with UV irradiation. For hospitals, this could be a major step forward in controlling this problem.
1.7 million Americans acquire new infections during hospital stays, which kill 44,000 to 98,000 people every year. These are big numbers, folks. This is actually a new UV light. It's called the Trudy Smart UVC. It's designed to kill a lot of the nasty bugs that live on surfaces in hospital rooms. Now, research shows UV lights can kill bugs we talked about on the show before: MRSA, C. diff, Acinetobacter. These are bacteria that sometimes traditional scrubbing with disinfectants actually don't kill. You can't get them all. And actually, studies indicate only 50% of environmental surfaces in a typical OR suite or maybe a patient room may be effectively disinfected, and that a current patient's risk of contracting a hospital-acquired infection from a contaminated surface, it increases 100% if, say, the person in the room before you had one of these infections.
Right, it's hard to get rid of.
So what we're going to do here is we are going to demo how this works. Now, normally this is UV radiation. We have taken out the UV lights here. This is strictly for demo purposes. So if this were in a real hospital, everyone would have to leave the room because this uses a narrow UVC light. It's for high efficiency targeting of that DNA. So it disrupts DNA in these bacteria. But luckily the glass, this doesn't go through glass. So everyone would leave the room. This is bouncing off surfaces and so hopefully killing everything.
Yeah, so it'll go around corners and get under the bed. It pretty much kills all that bacteria in the room. As a patient, too, I feel so much safer knowing that the room I'm in was completely sterilized just a few hours before I got
there. The lighting's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, this is one cool thing about technology. Hopefully, over time, we can decrease this rate of hospital-acquired infections. It's a big deal, and we need to make more progress.
UV light is a powerful disinfection tool against many viruses, harmful bacteria, mold, and spores. The solution is one of the most effective and safest in sanitizing the COVID-19 coronavirus, as it does not require any contact with the surface or object. But how does UV light eliminate microbes? And how does it compare to using traditional liquid-based cleaning or sanitation? Specifically, the UVC range, which covers wavelengths ranging from between 200 nanometers and 280 nanometers, is capable of eliminating viruses, bacteria, mold, and spores, including the COVID-19 coronavirus, severe acute respiratory syndrome, Middle East respiratory syndrome, E. coli, yeast, and more. This solution is being used in large-scale wastewater treatment, medical facilities, laboratories, manufacturing, food processing, and hospitals. How does it work? During the disinfection process, UVC light targets the DNA of the microbe. Exposure to the light causes thymine dimers to form in the DNA. As more thymine dimers are formed, damage starts to accumulate inside the DNA. Bumps also appear in the DNA as a result of the dimers. These cellular mutations negatively affect growth and the risk of non-repair increases. Eventually, the damage becomes too extensive and the cell dies. DNA replication is stopped, which reduces infection or the spread rate of the virus. UVC light and viruses. UV light has been tested as an effective solution against a myriad of viruses. According to an article published in Journal of Virological Methods, SARS caused by the coronavirus is eliminated through exposure to UV light in the 254 nanometer range. In a study published in the U.S. National Institutes of Health's National Library of Medicine, UVC light deactivated MERS-CoV within 5 to 10 minutes of exposure. When it comes to the latest outbreak of COVID-19, UV light has been confirmed to be effective in eliminating the virus by Juan Leon, an environmental health scientist at Emory University, and Dr. Lena Sirik, an associate professor at University College of London. UVC treatment is already proven to work on previous strains of the coronavirus. Therefore, it makes sense for the light to be used against COVID-19. Best practices. Unlike liquid cleaning agents, no contact with the surface or device is required when sanitizing with UVC light. There is no downtime after sterilization. The area or equipment can be used immediately after disinfection.